I was kind of surprised to hear the voice of Giancarlo Esposito in this show, let me tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
we'll mention that. Hey,
I,
wait a second.
I know that voice. What's Gus Fring doing in the Cyberpunk zone?
Lazor Comb.
We are not going to panic.
What the heck even happened to you, man?
Vengeance.
Shrimp Daddy! Ha 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 ha!
Give him a hockey stick!
What am I, a fucking magician, man?
Am I some kind of fucking magician, man?
Fucking nerd.
Whatever. It's not like we're professionals anyway.
And I'm not sorry anymore.
Time to big brain.
Every day, yes.
What is the airwolf of trains? Welcome, Edgerunners, Edgers, and Gooners alike, to episode 124 of the Lazor Comb podcast, where your two hosts comb through classic television with a fine-toothed cyber laser. I am one of your hosts, Neo Cal.
And I am your other host, Cyberpunk 2085.
Siege. What would be Siege Morpheus? Siegius? Morph. I can't think of it. Siegiphus Maximus, father of a murdered child,
My
husband to a murdered wife, and
My
I will
name
have my vengeance.
is Siegiphus Prime.
Siegiphus Prime.
Freedom is the right of all sentient gooners.
Freedom is the right of all sentient gooners. Megatron. Yeah. So we're not covering Transformers Goon Squad. We're covering Cyberpunk.
Transformers Goon Squad. Oh, God.
We're covering Cyberpunk Edgerunners. One season. It's a Netflix original, and last week we rolled
Cyberpunk. Edgerunners.
Edgerunners.
You think you know him. On this day, I see clearly.
That's the opening theme song to the anime. It's the month of Cal.
The wrestling fans out there will get that.
I'm not even a wrestling fan, and I got it at the end.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm adjacent. I'm adjacent to wrestling fandom. We even have on the Discord, if you want to go and join us, we even have a wrestling dedicated channel. Probably one of the more active channels. Edgerunners is the first up on the month of Cal, and we try to pick like a kind of like a different theming, different what's the word, blocks of
Programming blocks.
programming. There we go. We picked different programming blocks, and we came up with like Netflix, like anime, but like Netflix originals, which there's so much more than I had realized when we had started looking into this, that I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
I had a pretty good idea
Oh, you did?
that there was a lot.
You knew
Yeah.
that there was going to be like 100. I didn't. I thought there'd be like 6.
Anime is pretty big business on Netflix. It's not something that gets talked about a lot, but it is one of the things that brings in a lot of subscribers for them.
Yeah, I didn't realize like it's wild how much can change in 5-10 years, and it's got a ton of stuff. And one of them, which I was pretty sure was a single season, and was finished, was Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And can confirm, because we randomly rolled the last episode, episode 10. And one of us was a fan, and one of us went in completely blind. And
Not entirely. I knew I had seen a few episodes of this.
okay.
I dated someone who, a couple years back for a little while, who was really into anime. And according to my Netflix account,
One Piece.
Also made me watch One Piece.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not intimidated by One Piece's length. If something's good, 1,000, 1,100, a lot of episodes, I'll watch it. I gave it the good old maximal try. I'm talking like 5, 6, 7 episodes in, and I'm like, turn to my partner, and I'm like, is this Little Kid Baby Show?
Kind of,
And
yeah.
she was like, this is Little Kid Baby Show. And I'm like, I'm not liking it, any of this. And I'm sure its themes age up as, you get hundreds of episodes in, or like whatever. But like,
I jumped into.
You got to get me with like 3. I think. What's the golden number? Like 3, maybe
3. It's the magic
with
number.
any show, not even.
Yes, it is. It's the magic number.
I like that song.
Somewhere in this hip hop whole community.
Somewhere in this anime community, it's 3. This is the magic number. Wow.
That's a fucking great
I'd say
song.
3. It is. It's hype. And just fun. I like fun summer songs. I say as we both had booked tickets to Twin Tribes.
In the summer, yes.
Summertime sadness. But like, I don't know. I gave it the old
summer in the
maximal
city.
tone. And I like your background there. It's a 2077 screenshot.
Yes. It's
Someone's got a
it really
samurai
shows
jacket.
it really shows off the game's
off the
assets.
4K ray tracing assets that the game's capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. That's why I chose it.
I chose this because Rebecca is best girl. So yeah, Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
I don't know. Main guy's dearly departed mammy.
Oh,
I'm just
gotta
saying.
watch episode 1 to.
I did actually. I was looking through according to my Netflix account. I've
that's
actually
right. You said you watched a couple.
I actually had watched the first 6 episodes of this show.
Oh, I should have just let you watch like 7, 8, 9, 10.
And today, well, I saw episode 10.
Shit,
It's all good because I didn't remember a goddamn thing about the show, to be perfectly.
Oh, okay. I had where was I? There's only 10 episodes. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. You'd think I'd have this tab open.
So I have a little bit of a while Cal's doing that, I have a little bit of a story to share. So I had not watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners until a couple of years ago, and indeed, it turns out I watched the first 6 episodes and then fell off of it. But I did like the game, Cyberpunk 2077. Now, the reason why I ended up watching 6 episodes of the anime is because I dated a girl a couple of years ago who was really big into anime, particularly One Piece. That's why One Piece comes up and is usually a point of chagrin for me. She did not know. She said this was one of her favorite newer animes, and she loved it. She'd watched it a few times. She did not know that it was a tie-in to a fucking video game.
Filthy casuals, man.
She had no idea.
That's wild. And you know what else is wild in this episode too? You can recognize parts of the game in the anime. Like there's parts where I was like, hey, I've driven past that 100 times in the game. It is very much set in, well, let me back up. It's produced by CD Projekt Red. So it's a direct tie-in to it shares the same world as Cyberpunk 2077.
Very clearly, yes.
Very, very clearly. Arasaka Towers, the same characters. Eden Masher.
Eden Masher.
Eden Masher. That's the girl version of Adam Smasher. The same cyberware, the same tech, it's all uses the everything. And you know what?
Even
there were
the
patches
UI
to the game.
The UI
the
that comes
UI
up,
that pops up. Yeah,
is the same. The show keeps a lot of visual continuity with the game, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, the phone calls, hovering above people's head and giving the subtitles. I really appreciated that. One thing that the anime is it's fucking, man, it has a style and it stays true to cyberpunk themes. I really like that. And its style, I forgot how artistic and beautiful it was. God, man, it's even just the way that lighting and shading is done. Never mind the existential visuals that they give the viewer. As we watch the episode, the farther he gets from reality, David gets from reality, his eyes start actually visually glitching off of his face and stuff like that. It's fuck, man, that's cool. They did a good job with the medium. If you have anime, you need to make it wild. You need to be able to do things in the medium that you can't do in live action, or that would be difficult to do in live actions, and they do. And I appreciate that.
Some of the action sequences in this show kind of made me feel like I was watching the music video to Cassius 1999. Which is a great song and a fun video, by the way, if anyone's not familiar with either.
Was it you or someone else that said that in the...
I said that in the Discord.
In the Discord?
Barring copyright strikes, maybe I'll throw it at the end of this episode of the podcast.
Or a chunk of it or something, yeah. The official music video.
The official music video.
Oh yeah, it's very okay. I can see that. Oh yeah, it's something. It's got things.
Yeah, it's a wild music video. Even the people behind the music themselves have outright stated that the video is better than the song.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's funny. But yeah, let's see here. Cyberpunk, yeah. So under the supervision of CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk Edgerunners premiered on Netflix in September 2022.
My favorite year.
Your favorite year. It's based on the video game Cyberpunk 2077.
Which is
Project Red,
which
apparently is news to some.
Which in turn is based on the The TT RPG Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, and for you normies out there, TTRPG is tabletop RPG. So Dungeons and Dragons, Rifts, Cyberpunk 2020, um, Pathfinder, Vampire the Masquerade, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And soon to be Raptorbot Chronicles, potentially. And what? Oh, geez, where do I even start? What is Cyberpunk?
I think we've kind of covered what Cyberpunk is.
Cyberpunk is a dystopian, hyper-tech, anti-humanitarian dystopian vision of the near future. Sound about right?
It's the future liberals want.
This is the future liberals want.
Except kind of the opposite.
Kind of the opposite. Cybernetic addiction. Everything's privatized. Like you can be dying in the street, but if you don't have like med tech like insurance, like nobody does anything.
I definitely would take the cybernetic enhancements if I could.
Right? I think a lot of people would.
And so would the kitty by the sounds of it.
You want some some hardware, Chum? Really? Okay. He'll take some cyborg cat eyes.
No.
Actually, I feel like cats have good night vision and stuff. Maybe he'd take cyborg claws. Like they come out and they're like titanium.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Or they like come out. He's got mantis blades. Imagine a cat jumps up on somebody and somebody goes to like slash at it with a baseball bat or whatever, and just like scythes come out of its like arms and slice the baseball bat in half.
And he starts twirling them around.
And go, ha ha! And hypnotizes people with his queer dance.
Yeah.
You want to know what the hell we're talking about? We have there's a character called Queer Mantis in Beast Wars 2nd, or rather, we've dubbed him Queer Mantis because he's called Queer Mantis
in the subtitles.
In the subtitles, yeah. And on our podcast, Too Much Energon, where we win the cat wars once and for all.
Yeah, the Beast Wars have already been won. There's 151 episodes of that podcast. Go check it out.
It's true. It's out there. Holy child. One. I'm gonna wrangle this child 1 second. Okay, maybe not. We'll see. So the gist of the plot of Cyberpunk, it's only 10 episodes. In a dystopian city called Night City that is overrun by corruption, crime, cybernetic implants, impulse, etc., etc. It follows a street kid named David Martinez.
Yep.
And how he loses everything in a drive-by shooting that takes his mom out. And, he's got to, instead of doing things the legit way, like his mom wanted him to, he's got to he's got to live on the edge.
It's a tale as old as time. Can't make it the legit way, so he goes the illegit way.
And you know what? I feel that. And it's about like living to the fullest as best you can with what little time you may or may not have. It's got to do what you got to do. And I like the themes of it. Very anti-corporation. But like, it's about finding humanity in a world where empathy is extinct. Like people are kind of just like the meat that their soul or personality inhabits, and it's exchangeable and disposable and replaceable. And but humans are still human. And that's what I think any show tries to be, is like exploring the depths of humanity. So I find sci-fi or cyberpunk specifically to be interesting avenues of exploring humanity.
Oh, as a genre as a whole,
as a genre.
not specifically Cyberpunk the property.
No, no, not Cyberpunk the property as a genre. Yeah.
Hmm.
And indeed, this is kind of
I would agree with that completely because like my
Yeah.
favorite cyberpunk theme is or cyberpunk thing is Ghost in the Shell, and Ghost in the Shell very much deals with like what is a man but a miserable pirate pile of secrets, a miserable pirate.
what is a man but a miserable pirate?
Yeah.
Have at ye. What is a man but a miserable pirate?
I certainly am.
Right. Yeah, you were saying you agree there because that's the underlying theme is exploring that in Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, less so the show, the TV shows, but the movies definitely are very much about. There are a lot of monologues by characters in that show who are like wondering like what it is exactly that makes them human.
Mm-hmm. And outside of that, I think the music does a really good job. When I had visually, it's really well done. The art style I really like, and I love the voice acting too. The English voice acting, it's legit. It's good. Usually it's there's a lot of anime purists who are like, always watch subs, never watch dubs. But I feel like that doesn't apply to everything.
Subs versus dubs.
Yeah. Because we get
which I'm gonna say this right here, pointing at you listener. That's right, Greg. I am not going to watch anime fucking dubbed. I am not going to watch anime fucking subtitled if I don't have to. I don't care what anyone says.
You could be a filthy what's the opposite of a weeb? Filthy casual. You could be a filthy casual like me and not only watch it dubbed, but with subtitles as well.
With their powers combined.
What? Come at me. It's easier for me to absorb story when I have audio and
I tend to turn the subtitles on for everything I'm watching nowadays, honestly. And I kind of wonder if it's an age thing, because I'm starting to notice more and more people like our age doing that.
I wonder if it's a neurodivergent thing, because my partner has always wanted everything with subtitles.
Could be.
Maybe. I'll never know, because I don't know any neurotypical people.
So one thing I will point out, though, in regards to like subtitles and dubbed, is despite that, I remember when Ghost in the Shell: Innocence, the movie, the sequel to the original Ghost in the Shell, came out in 2004. I actually bought the DVD before they had recorded a dubbed track for it. The initial like pressing of the DVD only had subtitles, and I was so excited for it that I bought the initial pressing that did not have an English audio track and watched it that way many times. I didn't actually see the dubbed version until many years later.
Oh, shit. So you can appreciate
I can,
Yeah. Let's see.
I was just poking fun at people being purists about that kind of thing.
Yeah, we've got Fried Chicken Man himself, who plays the Fixer Faraday. You already noticed.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised to hear his voice, but
his name's
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito, yeah. I'm a big fan of the Rebecca's voice actress, Alejandra Cazares.
I don't think he's in this episode, but the character of Pilar is voiced by Lazor Comb supporting character Ian James Corlett, known for doing the voice of Cheetor in Beast Wars and Bob in season 3 of Reboot.
Cast. What character did you say?
Pilar.
Where are you? Yar. Holy shit, this is a big ass casting list. Pilar,
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Yeah,
but why is the rum gone? But why is the rum gone? But why is the rum gone?
Oh wow, there's
That's
there's
going
some
back.
YouTube poop from like 15 years ago.
More than that. I discovered that in like 2007, I think. I was a big rum
2007.
drinker at the time, so I found it particularly amusing.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Isengard. They're taking the hobbits. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're showing our age here. Well, bang. Okay.
Or
Uh,
I am the anti-pope. He is the
God.
anti-pope.
oh my
Like a
God.
lion kills an antelope. Like a hammer hits a cantaloupe. I am the anti-pope. Anti-pope.
Do you remember that Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny?
That sounds familiar.
Old Godzilla was hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground.
You know what's from that era that I don't like, though, is epic epic rap battles of history.
That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, no shade, but we have a mutual friend who still shares new epic rap battles.
Oh, wow.
And like on
Oh,
their
yeah.
Facebook and stuff. And I'm like, this is still a thing. And it's like almost out of spite. They get like no reactions, no likes. They'll like post one all the time. And every like 6 months, I'll be like, you're still sharing these?
I mean, to be fair, I don't know. I never really stopped watching. Well, no, that's not true. I fell off of it and came back to it. But I was going to say, like, I never really stopped watching Red versus Blue.
Fair.
And indeed, there's talk of bringing it back. And I'm like, hey, Bernie Burns, the original creator, he's involved with it. Like, he's bought the rights back to it. If he's involved with it, you know what? I'm there.
Wasn't there a bunch of Bernie Burns controversy?
Um,
I don't care. Well, whatever. That's not what the show's about.
the one who got kind of canceled was the one who did
No,
the
it was
voice of
Achievement
Caboose.
Is that the Achievement Hunter guy?
The guy who did the voice of originally did the voice of Caboose ended up getting canceled and getting fired from the show because apparently he went like super MAGA about a decade ago. And he went super MAGA to the point that like basically everyone in the office like kind of hated him.
Never go full MAGA. Here's the thing, right? Like there are like mild MAGA people because it's like, okay, like whatever. But like the super MAGA people where they're like militant about it. I watched a video on YouTube. It was like a little documentary thing that was like an intervention, like a family with like a mediator and stuff. They had like an intervention that's like, hey, we're like losing our dad. You make everything like about this. Like you're not talking to like your kids. Like this needs to be second to like your family. And like it was like this big thing, right? Like he was spending all of his money and like all of his time like traveling around like the US, like doing that. And I'm like, oh man, just like sit at home and like scream about libtards like the rest like the rest of us. Yeah, I didn't realize there were like cult they're after me. The MAGA police are after me.
Oh shit!
They'll never take me alive.
Someone called Pete Hegseth on you.
If only. Yeah, in Cyberpunk, you know what's funny? The first Cyberpunk, the TRPG, I think it was Cyberpunk 2020, but like all of the modules like thereafter were it followed a timeline. So it'd be like Cyberpunk like 2027, Cyberpunk like 2035, and like they got up to 2077 and like 2100 or whatever. So like there was lore to build 2077 off of. Yeah, kind of interesting. So they worked with CD Projekt Red worked with the creator of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and
Tabletop
indeed,
RPG.
he's actually credited in the show in the opening credits. His name comes up. I can't remember what it is, but
Yeah. Is he an African American guy? Let me find his name real quick. He's great in interviews. Mike Pondsmith, American role-playing, board, and video game designer. He founded the publisher R. Telsorian Games in 1982, where he developed a majority of the company's role-playing game lines. Castle Frankenstein, Cyberpunk, Mechton, Forgotten Realms. Oh, he contributed to Forgotten Realms and Oriental Adventures. There's a line that is named little, probably wouldn't be a modern
dated
iteration of. Yeah. I have that, by the way. I've got like the OG like Oriental Adventures like book somewhere. Several board games. Oh, I didn't know that. And he's an instructor at the DigiPen Institute of Technology. Pretty cool. So yeah, there's that.
This episode of Cyberpunk 2025.
Fiberbrush 2025.
Fiberbrush 2025 hedge trimmers.
It's all about hair. This episode.
This episode is episode 10, My Moon, My Man, which originally streamed on Netflix on September 13th of 2002.
22.
2022. 2002-22. Stardate
2022.
It is the 22nd iteration of the calendar year 2002.
You think that's two you're counting?
We currently exist in the 22nd loop of the year 2002.
Oh shit. In the 20th loop?
The
2002?
Yes. Or the 22nd loop.
Tuesday. So,
Tuesday, the day we chew.
The day we chew. I finally figured out why Elliot on Internet Today says chew, because they played it during a recent like news dump or whatever, and it was the chew glasses of milk, please meme, and I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I thought it was just like a meme where kind of like how we say too much or something like that. I thought that was just like an inside joke. So
they do have their things like that. Like they don't say it anymore, but they used to say "and sure."
Yeah.
Instead of "and sure." And in fact, they used to have a T-shirt like a decade ago that said "and sure" on it, and it was like a picture of the beach.
Mm-hmm. One day I'll make a silhouette of Velociraptor on like with like a sunset in the background. We'll sell that as a shirt.
Oh, there we go.
Never forget. Yeah. And it'll just say in kind of like a what's that kind of like weird like retro theme, Outrun. It'll say in like an Outrun font, like Raptor Bot, and then on the bottom Chronicles. Even though like our favorite fictional IP that doesn't
the Raptor Bot Chronicles Chapter 3, Free William.
Yeah, be specific with the text. Yeah. And then it'll be artistic. Instead of a whale jumping over him, it'll have like a silhouette of a whale like jumping, kind of like a mirrored shot where Raptor's on top and the whale's like underneath, and it kind of creates like a yin yang shape. Anyways, I'm so far out the weeds and I'm not even high.
We're really in the weeds now.
So the reason we're a bit off topic, folks, is because a lot of it is and then like Rebecca shoots the gun and she laughs and she goes, "Fuck you, Chooms," and like David goes and goes like Total Recall, and
yeah. Okay, so
which isn't to say Yeah.
to get into this before like someone like decides to start screaming at us in the comments section.
Oh, it'll happen anyway.
Oh, it'll happen. So yeah, this episode hits the ground running. There's
It sure fucking does.
and almost literally
Car
because
chase.
the episode just dives right into a big fuck off car chase going on,
And probably the biggest fuck off car chase in media. Like I feel like it's trying to go for a record of like how many like cop and corpo car crashes can we fit in this car crash.
definitely an animation anyway. And we have like the main dude is like strapped is in the back of this like car.
He's like in a mech in the gang's car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an armored getaway vehicle.
Driving the car is a character named Falco.
Yep.
Is that right? Falco, who is voiced by Matt Mercer. Who I didn't actually realize is like, because like I only know the game because I think he does D&D stuff as well. That's mostly what I know him from. But I was looking at his filmography. The dude's pretty much just as prolific as like Troy Baker.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody wants to it's like, I want to play D&D, but I want it to be like Critical Role. Oh yeah? Are you a professional improv and voice actor?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get what you pay for, people.
Yeah.
Like people that watch like Critical Role or Dimension 20 or like those or streamers or whatever, and then get into it and are disappointed. Those are actors and there's a production budget.
Yeah.
And that like they're literal voice actors or they're comedians that like are good at improvising. And
I knew someone who was like really into D&D and like they talked about Matt Mercer a lot.
You know what's funny? I'm part of Dork Tales.
Yeah.
A lot of people are Dork Tales adjacent. Yeah. They do live tabletop role play on Twitch. We don't really talk about them. We're like the most D&D and the most Vampire the Masquerade and World of Darkness and tabletop like people. And there's the occasional meme with him in it, but otherwise like there's no like pedestal held up to, because like we understand like they had like $5,000 like episode budgets and that they're all actors, right? But yeah, I wonder if it's a filthy casual thing.
Maybe
to talk about like Matt Mercer in along with like D&D, because I feel like a lot of the hobbyists, the people that do it all the time, they know it's just a show.
Could be, yeah. I'll talk to you about it more off air.
Okay.
That's a conversation for later. Anyway, so yeah, big fuck off car chase going on.
David is like in and out of reality.
He's in and out of reality. He's very much like you said, Total Recall, like
2 weeks. Even worse than that. So if you're familiar with Cyberpunk 2077, you get chromed up too much. You lose your humanity, and you can take drugs and stuff to suppress it. But the suppressants can be dangerous, and it's a short-term kind of like fix. So the more of your physical body you replace, the more you eventually lose your mind. That's kind of like the balancing in the video, not the video game, the balancing effect of the tabletop RPG.
And indeed, the episode explains this to us pretty explicitly.
Honestly, I was surprised at its standalone. I was surprised. I was like, it's giving you a few flashbacks, and I was like, oh, because I was like, oh man, I don't remember much of like the show going into this, and it
for the most part, yeah, I didn't really need. I wasn't really that confused about like anything that was going on. I didn't really need much primer.
I didn't need much either. I'm like, oh, okay, flashbacks to his mom, right? Trying to do good for him. Flashbacks to his mom. Him and his mom were in a car accident from a cyber psycho, if I recall. But who are those like the guys that take down med tech. No, med techs are the paramedics.
So they were in a car accident, and it seems like they're fine.
The cops didn't save his mom because she didn't have insurance.
At first, it seems like they're fine coming out of the car accident, but then some guys in some suits come along and kill his mom with a gun coming straight out of the palm of Buddy's hand, and then they paralyze the main guy, David. And then a billionaire tech bro comes to David and is like, "Hey, you want to walk again? I got this experimental chip.
Don't listen to him.
I can put in. I got this experimental chip. You can put in your. We can put in your spine to give you the ability to walk again. It's called STEM, and it works. It gives them the ability to walk again until
not only walk. Goddamn.
Until one day, STEM just starts talking to him. And STEM is like, "David, what if I can help you find the person responsible for your mother's death? I just need your full permission, David."
David, hand over control. So what the hell are you talking about?
I am talking about a movie I've been telling you and anyone who will listen to watch for years now. Upgrade.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. Upgrade. But for anybody that hasn't watched Cyberpunk, that fits unusually. That could have been.
Upgrade is kind of a Cyberpunk movie, actually.
Right? It's just extent of exploring tech and aesthetically, it's less cyberpunk than say like this. Not everything is neon signs and
definitely
I'd say from what I know of it, yeah. I'm keep trying to get my partner to watch it with me.
It's
have to watch it solo.
It's like if you took a cyberpunk story and inserted it into an early 80s slasher.
Sold.
That's Upgrade. Upgrade's
yeah.
Literally one of my favorite fucking movies of the 2010s. Probably of all time at this point. The movie came out 7 years ago now. I feel like there's no real recency bias there for me anymore. So I feel pretty comfortable in saying that it's honestly probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 50, I would say.
Not bad. Damn you, Web P. So in the car crash, we find out that everybody wants them dead. They want the tech back, but multiple tech. He's in an experimental exoskeleton, so he's in a little mech.
Mm-hmm.
And it has gravitational, it uses gravity tech somehow. Let's call it gravity magic, whatever. To not only hover or fly, move super quickly, but also kind of cave in an area, like a circle kind of.
And this thing was experimental tech that was built with to be used by Adam Smasher.
As we find out in this, it was meant to be one of the exoskeletons for Adam Smasher.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was a prototype that was meant for him. Because, wouldn't you know it, the people that have been pulling the strings in the background, they find out that they're coming to Arasaka Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get a little worried. There's two corpo people. So they're like, oh, let's call in Adam Smasher, already dead. Kind of shows him sitting in the darkness like a weird creature. And Adam Smasher is just kind of like a brain and or he's completely cyborg. There's even an exchange where David and him, he's like, oh, is there any human meat even left in there or something like that?
You went full tech bro.
You went full tech bro. Never go full tech bro. And he's like, what can I say? I'm special.
So because I know that this show is a prequel to the game, and this episode is very much like ramping up to like this being like a final stand for David, and he's about to go toe to toe with Adam Smasher.
He's out of his drugs.
Adam Smasher
He's losing his mind, and his drugs don't even work on him anymore. So it's like, hey, we've got 5 minutes before he just like self-destructs or goes insane.
So I already watching this kind of know, because Adam Smasher is a boss in the video game. I think you fight him a couple of times.
You know,
I already know
spoilers for a game that's like forever years old.
5 years, almost 5 years old at this point.
This makes me want to go and play the game and kill Smasher.
Yeah, so because I'm familiar with the game, I know this is a prequel, and I know our main character is going up against a character who would become like a big-time boss in the game. Mm-hmm. I'm like, one of them is not walking away from this, and I know which one it is.
Well, one of them, before we even know Adam Smasher's involved, we know isn't going to really make it.
Yeah.
And Rebecca, who is like a petite, kind of like red-eyed character with like 2 giant, like kind of mechanical arms and uses a shotgun. Kudos to her voice actor. Iconic. I really like her. All 3 of them. So the ones that have their minds are Falco, their professional driver in the gang, and Rebecca and Kiwi, a net runner, betrayed them. And it shows her on a motorcycle. And Lucy, something to do with some tech she has in her head or whatever, is being traded to Arasaka. She's been on the run for a long time.
Mm.
And Rebecca thinks that maybe if they can get him to Lucy, she's the only one that can like save him from cyberpsychosis.
Yeah, which it's kind of a desperate plea, and it feels like it in the show. It feels
like they all expect to die.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no plan B. Like, right, like they're like going in, they're surrounded by, it's like 5 stars GTA, and your car just started smoking black. Yeah. Like, okay, where are you making your last stand?
Yeah, and there's like a shot of like the car like going up over a hill, and behind them is like just dozens of like police cars.
Militech.
Yeah.
Is like called in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't going to end well for anyone.
Mm-hmm. So what they end up finding out is Kiwi's betrayed by Faraday, their fixer. He's got Lucy. So she calls up Falco in the car and is like, hey, I'm giving you the coordinates for Faraday's like hover car. I didn't think I was gonna make it out of this. And she's betrayed as well. Loose ends. A bunch of goons just shoot her dead. We find out earlier in the show that she kind of doesn't have like a bottom jaw. She's just got like a thing. It's a very cyberpunk thing to just like replace parts of your. Who are the guys that like replace large parts of their head? They got all the red eyes, and you deal with them at the beginning of the game. I
can't remember.
Maelstrom. I say Maelstrom.
I don't know what it is, but I've had a hard time getting back into Cyberpunk. Like, I played through it. Like, I got it at launch. I refunded it because it was hot garbage at launch.
And I didn't, because I was able to play it. But
as soon as I got a Series X, I bought it again when it was on sale. And fortunately, I was able to just resume my save.
Oh, nice.
And so I played through the game and beat it. I beat it a couple of years ago now. I've tried to go back to it like probably a half a dozen times, and I can't get into it anymore.
It feels like an undertaking. Like it feels like, like so much.
Mm.
For me, I think that's what it is, because it's the same. I'll play it, be really into it for a while, and I just can't push to finally like beat it.
I got a surprisingly sweet ending in that game.
I should just get a ending. Like I should play enough where I just get an ending. I think I'm near the end anyway.
Honestly, it was the ending that I got. Like, I won't go too much into detail, but it was very much. It felt like an indie film ending, where literally like a character is like on a bus, like driving out of town, just like looking out the window as like the sunrise like hits their face. I was like,
I know there are multiple endings, but
I was like, this is not the ending I was expecting for this kind of game.
excuse me. Right? Yeah, interesting. I don't know how many endings there are. I'll look it up after I get mine natural. I like to like play through my first playthrough of a game natural and then look everything up for my second playthrough.
Oh, yeah. I like to do that too, where it's like on my first playthrough, I'll just make the choices that I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
Or that I think that I would make in that situation, and then afterward I look up like, oh, what choices do you make to get like this particular outcome, et cetera, et cetera.
One thing I want to mention about the game before we jump back into the finale of Edgerunners is there were patches that put a lot more stuff from the anime into the game, which I thought was cute.
Yeah,
like Rebecca's shotguns are her shotgun, which is like teal and pink, like her color scheme. And I was playing it one time and I walked past like a vendor or like a shop and they were playing the sad song from this episode.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, so I watched this with my partner and we were like, now, does the final episode hold up or will it only be emotional because or will it not be emotional because we didn't watch the previous episodes? Nope. I got a little misty eyed watching this.
Same. And the reason why, in my case anyway, is I have a soft spot for characters like giving, when it makes sense narratively.
Yeah.
Characters just giving their lives for people around them. I have a soft spot for it. Like, I actually
Steven got me, man. I knew I was gonna start getting teary.
I actually, as great of a moment as it is, in The Dark Knight Rises, I think that ending is kind of sullied by Alfred seeing Bruce in the restaurant at the end.
Oh, in Rise, I was like, what? Oh, you know what? I have mixed feelings about that because it doesn't tell the viewer how many episodes can we go without talking about Batman. But like by just blatantly showing, because it's Alfred's like dream where he's like, oh, one day, you know, I go there and I just see you and you're happy and you're living incognito and like that's enough for me or whatever. And then we see that actually does happen. There's a lot of people arguing that it's like seeing his ghost or like that he's not actually there. And I'm like, no, it's pretty explicit.
It's pretty explicit that he's actually there. And the thing is like,
it even implies that he paid for him because he goes to pay and he's like, oh no, it's already cut. Like it any points.
Yeah.
Like the waiter like gestures implying that, oh, the gentleman down there like covered your bill.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him look up and he sees and like gestures to him or whatever. But you're right. There's something lost by.
I think it's a good moment.
The sacrifice doesn't matter if.
But I think the ending of that movie would have been better because honestly, like when he's in like the bat, whatever they called it, the bat wing or whatever.
Yeah.
With that, like flying that
nuke out.
Yeah, flying that bomb like out into Gotham Harbor. There's like a moment where the camera just like pauses on like Batman's face and he just has this look on his face of like almost relief where
there's a little bit of humanity
where it's like
there.
You just see on his face that Bruce is like, okay, this is always how it was going to end and it's finally ending now. And there's like a little bit of relief on his face. And then the thing blows up. And I'm like, that is the perfect way to end that character's story, I think, in that world of Batman.
In that world of Batman. And indeed, it even backs it up by showing Officer, whatever his name is, Robin, he like follows like a set of like clues and like whatever, and it leads him to the Bat Cave and right. So there's some hype there, but all of it is kind of it loses just a bit of it when you're like, oh, actually he's fine.
Yeah.
But in this, I got quite emotional because not only does David go straight into Arasaka and encounter a whole bunch of Militech, Arasaka, right? He saves Lucy, and there's a maniac called Adam Smasher who is so useful as like a mercenary that like it kind of doesn't matter whatever the collateral damage is. Like I'm pretty sure he just like mows his boss down, or I can't remember, but a bunch of people die in like the tower, and he's chasing after David because he's paid to like take him out. Right. And there's a moment where they're falling and David's eyes and his face are going because he's losing his mind. He's even talking to Rebecca earlier and he's like, that's right, Mom, I'm going to the top, all the way to the top of Arasaka Tower, Mom.
It's kind of sad
in front of him, and she's like, because so Rebecca loves David, but David loves Lucy, but she's made her peace with that because the show starts 10 years earlier.
Well, and it's kind of sad to watch this guy's like kind of descent into madness, where you can see he's like gone like completely like he's in like full born psychosis and is like kind of losing it. It's sad to watch.
And we don't see that from 2077's time. There are moments of humanity, but often they're in hollow records, and you need to read them. Like you'll take down a cyber psycho and then find like a text file on them, and it will be like, oh, hey, Mom, I'm doing one more job. It'll be enough to pay for like your medical bills. And then like we can move out of like night. Like there are sad moments like that in Cyberpunk 2077 where you're like, oh, this is like a teenager that was like getting money for his like mom's cancer treatment. Like, but you have to look for them and they're hidden here or there rather than explicitly the theme of it. The theme of this episode is like, well, the theme of the series is kind of love and like friendship. And but here's the thing, is like lame as that sounds like of an anime, you could still have giant explosions and death present and explore cyberpunk themes, but like the themes of most things is love or friendship or loyalty, right? I feel like anyway, vengeance, it's all the human emotions, right?
As David is about to die by the hands of Adam Smasher,
well, there's a moment where Lucy brings him back, brings him into lucidity, with like a kiss, and he's able to, at least for a few minutes, for the end of the remainder of his life, he's able, his head's fully there. But he promises Falco he makes Falco promise something kind of like off screen or whatever to get Lucy out of there.
Yeah, and so Falco is like driving away, and Lucy is like, no, we got to go back for him. He's like, no, it was David's like final wish is that we, as soon as we can, like we get away and like split the money. It was his last wish for you.
And she's like, no, we got to go back. And it's like, no can do, sweetheart.
If we do, he will have died for nothing.
Because then they'll die too. And they're not like a giant experimental like mech dudes like Adam Smasher and like David. And in fact, we don't even see, he kind of doesn't even hold a candle to Adam Smasher. Like he can't even injure him.
Yeah.
Adam Smasher's kind of just fucking around and like playing with them. Lucy even tries to help at a point and by like hacking him, but like his ice software or whatever it's called is so strong. I like the visual. It goes all like pink and black and white and shows his skull. and he reaches out to, and there's all these windows, and he reaches out to this electrical like signal connecting to his head, and he rips it out as like, that's how you kind of stunt or show off kind of like hacking, instead of just showing somebody at a keyboard being like, I'm in. You got to have like artistic representations of that sort of thing.
Get me the President of the United States. Mr. President, Hacker Man here. I have successfully hacked the internet.
I have successfully hacked the internet.
Good job there, son.
But yeah, you were saying
now bring our boys home.
You were saying in the last moments of David, and when he was kind of he's just a torso or whatever.
Mm. Yeah, just I appreciate the fact that he knows he's not coming out of this, and he wants his friends to get away and survive.
Mm-hmm. 2 out of 10 of them isn't so bad, I suppose. There's a sadness that I have, because
it's the intent, okay?
Better than 0.
Yeah.
Oh, Rebecca, so close. And there's nobody goes out ceremoniously either. Like Kiwi dies next to a dumpster with like gunshots.
Yeah.
Right. Rebecca dies like getting landed on by Adam Smasher. She like pulls up the gun and is like, we were having a moment here. Fuck you. And then as she's like shooting up in the air, just that scene of Adam Smasher like completely like landing on them and knocking everybody like underground into this like parking lot or whatever. And it just kind of shows her brain splattered everywhere. And it was like,
Adam Smasher, more like Adam Smash her. Audio listeners, the faces we were making.
I can't lift my knee up enough to show the knee slapper. But wouldn't you know it, even though he's only got one arm, and everyone's like half dead.
It's okay, everyone. It's my fapping arm.
Don't worry. My knee slapping arm is the same as my fapping arm, I like to say. So with one arm... Coincidence? I think not. So the way it ends is one-armed Falco and Lucy get away.
They call him one-armed Falco.
They call him one-armed Falco. His job is to drive. And her dream was, and it's silly as it is, it's a small market. But like there's a tourism market for going to the moon. Right? You go on the moon, you hop around, not a lot to do there, but you know, that was like one of her dreams. And it shows her kind of like on a Greyhound on the moon, like wearing like a futuristic kind of like moon suit. And she's there. She's
doing a moonwalk.
Yeah.
With a suit on, and she hallucinates a vision of David. And for a split second here, I thought she was just gonna like depressurize her helmet and take it off.
Oh, like that's how she goes?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I wouldn't be able to handle that, man.
If she was like hallucinating like David, like being alive on the moon, and just being like, "Oh, David, it's you."
And he's like, "Oh, come on, I can feel the sun."
Going truly Total Recall.
Give the people air. Give them air.
Do it. Come on, Cohagen.
Wait a second, that was Mars.
Come on, Cohagen. Give these people air.
Give these people air. I got 3 kids to feed. Five kids to feed.
Screw you, Benny.
Have we covered that on the
No,
No, we haven't. We should do a commentary. So we do commentary tracks on the Patreon, people.
We haven't done one for
We've
a
done
long time.
RoboCop. We've done all the Matrix movies. Fucking what am I? What? Did we do the one? Yeah,
We did the
Jet
one,
Li's
yeah.
the one. Yeah, we haven't done Total Recall.
No, that's true. Next up on the list is Judge. I almost said Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold,
Judge Dredd.
starring in
Jingle
which
all
Judge
the way.
Reinhold? Oh, of course, yeah. Not Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Next up on the commentary list is Judge Dredd.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the people voted for.
That's something you can get in on if you're on the Patreon. So Lucy's alive. Falco's alive out there somewhere. They have $1 billion that they split.
And he's all like, "See you at the party, Richter."
Something to do about seeing someone at the party, Richter. So I still vividly remember the series, even though I don't necessarily remember the plot points. And there's part of me that's sad because it feels like David didn't live for himself. He lived for Lucy. And I don't, and she felt like she wasn't worth it and that she wanted him to live his own life, but he didn't want to live it without her. So like fundamentally it's a love story. And like Rebecca, it's interesting if you can love someone enough to know to be a great friend for them. And like that's kind of what Rebecca is. Like she loves David enough where in the car ride, like going to Arasaka, she's like, she says almost bitterly, but like, we need to bring him to Lucy. She's the only one that can break him out of that might be able to like bring him back. So man, it's sad, but I really like the show. Like it's melancholic and it's like you kind of know how it's going to end because like Edgerunners are the people that like, you know, like Too Fast, Too Furious, like live fast and or
they live free and die hard.
Live free and thank you. I'm like stumbling. Live free and die hard. You know, and the theme of like Edgerunners and the Cyberpunk in general is you can work and be destitute your entire life and then get like in a car accident and get nothing, or you can fuck bitches, get money and die whenever.
Cybertruck sledgehammers.
Cyberpunk puck sledgehammers. So I kind of get that, especially how he's like kitten, echo, silence, Cheetor. I swear. No, he wouldn't be Cheetor. He would be operative. Oh geez.
Covert Agent Ravage.
Covert Agent Ravage, right. From the Tripredicus Council. There we go.
If I get a pet cat eventually, I'll probably name it after a Beast Wars character.
Depending on what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get
Why is your cat named Rhinox?
Because they drew.
Good thing I ended up being a cheetah.
Because they drew straws for names and he picked the wrong one, or they drew straws for forms and he got the short straw.
The short straw's not a rat.
He got one of the shorter straws.
Oh, okay. I'd hope for a cheetah or an 800-pound gorilla myself.
If I get a black cat, I'd probably name it Ravage. If I got like an orange cat or like a tabby cat, I would probably name it Cheetor.
Yeah. The reason we jumped around and went
imagine having
tangents.
a pet cat named Tigatron. I'd fucking do it. If I had like a white and black cat, Tigatron.
Yeah, his name's Tigatron. What?
Yeah, I would actually just love to hear people's reaction. Oh, what's your kitty's name? What a cute little cat. What's your kitty's name? Tigatron. What?
I feel like maybe 1 in 50 people would be like, oh, fuck yeah. 1 in 50? I don't know, man.
Not that much, no.
Because even people that are like, oh, I kind of remember Beast Wars aren't fans enough that they remember the names of all of them.
Almost everyone I've met who is familiar with Beast Wars has always been like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that. Wasn't it called Beasties for a while? And there was like a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or they can remember Cheetor or Rat Trap. Like that's it. They're like, wasn't Optimus Prime in that? Right?
Yeah.
Like the easy ones. Yeah.
Weren't there dinosaurs in that show too? Or am I crazy?
Like, wasn't there a giant bug, or am I crazy?
Yeah. So yeah, people would just be like, what the fuck is your cat named Tigatron?
Hear me out. Beast Wars, kind of cyberpunk.
Beast
really.
Machines. Beast Machines?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
Because it deals with identity and soul.
Yeah.
In Beast Machines, yeah. So yeah.
It's even got the type soundtrack.
The anime like backgrounds as they're jumping through the air.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've beat around the bush a lot. Like I said, we usually go beat for beat throughout the episode one. These are like half-ish an hour episodes.
Well, that's never stopped us in the past. What's kind of stopping me here is
there's just a lot of action. Like, and then she shoots her gun, and then there's like police, and they shoot at her. And there's a car explosion, and, and then there's a smasher. And Adam uses his catchphrase, "It's smashing time." And there's nothing to. We've talked about this dozens of times, where it's like when it comes to action, like the commentary can be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's like you're doing like a recap of like explosions. Like you might as well have like little toys and right.
Go grab some of my like action figures off of the shelf and just start smashing them together.
Not you, Tigertron. You're a man. Time to make a major fade. Adam smash. And then Scorponok went into his. I'm not transforming that on video. 1, I'll do it wrong. 2, it'll take 8 minutes. Oh geez.
Oh, the real test would be to get you to transform War for Cybertron Siege Ultra Magnus on camera. It'll be the length of this typical length of this podcast. I shit you not.
With or without instructions?
Without instructions.
Then it would be the length of this. Or I would not be able to do it, and the timer would run out. Let's be honest. Well, no, I know how complicated that one is, and
that one,
I think I would run out of time.
It took me like an hour.
I'm being honest with my own intelligence here. I would run out of time.
It took me like when I first bought the toy. It took me like an hour. And
did you free run it or did you use the instructions?
I free ran it.
Yeah. But you did do it. Okay.
Eventually, I think toward the end, I looked at the instructions for a couple of things that I couldn't figure out, and I then transformed him back to robot mode and put him on my shelf.
You're like, well, I've done it once,
and
so I can't. That
was over. That was like 5 years ago now.
You transformed it into its favorite mode, and then that's how it stayed.
Yeah, I don't see myself ever transforming that toy ever again.
As is tradition. But yeah, the reason we don't go beat for beat in this is
this episode's mostly a car chase.
It's mostly a car chase or artistic backgrounds and lights and visions and flashbacks, and it's vibes based. It's an artistic outro. Like you begin it and you know everyone's gonna die.
Ooh, I just thought of another movie we could do a commentary track for. Speaking of car chases, a movie that is almost entirely a car chase.
Mad Maxo,
starring one Keanu Reeves.
Oh shit! where a bus can't go under 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, exactly. You know what?
Shoot the hostage.
You know what? I went back to that movie a couple of years ago.
Sandra Bullock.
That movie fucking kills.
Really?
Speed holds up amazingly.
All right. Bomb on bus. You know what's funny? I haven't seen that since I was 13, and I basically remember the entire movie.
It's so good.
It's so good. The terrorist.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Pop quiz hotshot.
Pop quiz hotshot. Isn't what's his name from Dumb and Dumber in the movie?
Yep, he plays his partner.
Yeah. You shot me.
Oh, and it's also got what's his name from Spin City and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Not Ferris Bueller, but his friend.
Yeah, it has that guy.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he looks like in my head. He's got like a long oblong head. It's his friend, right? His rich friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I can't remember.
He ended up being in that show Spin City, which we should cover on this podcast someday.
Bueller. But again, here's the thing. Even though there's a lot of action, and we're not covering it like beat for beat, that is, and I say this a lot of episodes, that doesn't mean that it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
The way it shows the San Devistan, is that what it's called? When it shows all like the frames and they move like
when it goes Cassius 1999.
Yeah. Like all of the visuals. Oh man, there's so much like artistic metaphor. They had fun. But the Ferris Bueller's close friend is Cameron Fry, played by Alan Ruck.
Alan Ruck, there it is.
Played by Alan Ruck. There we go. So, Siege, you were just transported to the far-off year of 2022.
2002-22.
-22. And you caught a random episode of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Would you tune in next week?
No, because I just watched the finale. Don't need to. Yeah, it was a good, strong. It was a really strong finale to a series, I will say.
It is like part of me wanted to be like, I'm not going to do this because I want you to watch it all, but I was unaware that you had.
I didn't even remember that I had seen 6 episodes of it. I thought I had watched like 1 or 2.
And it goes by fast. Like it kind of like there are some time skips there.
Which now that I think about it, maybe I did only watch the first couple, and the girl that I was dating at the time just watched more of it on my account. I guess that's possible, because I don't feel like I saw 6 episodes of it.
They go by fast when you're watching a few in a row as well. I myself would tune in next week, not necessarily actually, as we talk about on the show, but like, God, man, like this is really well done. Like this is what people need in an anime. And no, I don't need every single one to be exploring the worst parts of humanity and to be depressing. Like if you're having like a bad mental health day, maybe don't watch this.
You know what this thing is missing from anime, though? Tickle bitties!
Well, there is an episode where you see Lucy's gigantic rack naked.
I'm just kidding. And yeah, I want to mention the caveat to me saying no, I wouldn't tune in next week is literally just because I just watched the final episode. You just watched
it. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
What did you... Sounds like you were in agreement with most of like the themes and the art and...
Yeah, the animation is great. And... It's not Madhouse, which I've mentioned before I'm a big fan of. It's not Madhouse, but it's definitely... This feels like the... This feels like it could be the child of Madhouse. If that makes any sense.
This is top tier. That's what I mean by like, this is what I want. Like this is extremely well done. And the voice acting is top tier.
I like the not just story wise, but I also like the visual continuity that it shares with the game. It's got great music, fantastic voice acting. Yeah, good
All
show.
the references and the literal locations that they scanned into the anime. Like they're at an intersection, and I'm like, hey. And I looked online to make sure I wasn't crazy, and no, other people have taken screenshots of parts of the anime and found them in the game and like lined the camera up and like did a side by side
Oh, cool. Oh, in like photo mode.
in photo mode. Yeah. So yeah. Geez, if this was your intro to it and it sounded interesting, yeah, not the show to watch if you don't want want spoilers for something, I guess. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. As harsh as it is, I find that there's a lot of relatability in it. The single mom trying to do her best to raise David. David's a young adult at the beginning, like I think he's like 17 or 18 or 16 or something like that. He cares about his mom, and oh man, there's a lot of humanity there, and it's one of my favorites. But I wanted to mix it up because I don't just want everything to be much like the back-to-back Space Dandy, and then what was that like nihilistic anime I got you to watch that you ended up liking? It was
Kino's Journey.
Kino's Journey, and it had like a not a flashback episode but it had kind of like a vignette episode and showed like different tales.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the opposite direction and go with something called a Gretzko.
Folks, if you want to know like the vibe, the general vibe inside my soul, just watch that episode of Kino's Journey. It kind of captures how I'm feeling most of the time.
Oh man, I was hoping you'd like that because I was like, let me tell you about a little thing I got here. We landed on quite the episode.
I have a
not nihilistic. How would you?
Morose is the word I would use.
Morose. There we go.
That's
right? Like optimistically morose. Like there's like a sad optimism. Man, that show. And we talked about the original, which is almost impossible to find.
Yeah, we ended up watching it on like High Dive, I think was the name of the service.
We were like, is
this legit?
Are we giving China like access to our but that there was like literally only one. We couldn't sail the seven seas for it, short of like buying like $150 like DVD set of it, like
$150 individual DVDs each that have like 4 episodes on them, because that's how anime did in the 2000s. We've talked about that many times, but
we have, yeah. But next up on Netflix originals when it comes to anime, a little show called Agretzko.
Yeah, and that was this. We'll circle back to that because this was episode 124 of the Lazor Comb podcast. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/lazorcomb, LAZORCOMB. Starting at the $5 tier, you get access to our bonus weekly Patreon exclusive show, the Super Lazor Comb Patreon Super Show. You get, at the $10 tier, you get the occasional commentary track. You get to pick a show for us to review a random episode of on this very podcast. And at the $20 tier, you get a whole bunch of other goodies. So if you want to get in on that, go to patreon.com/LazorComb.
Lazor Comb. Or you get to if you don't like the random episode thing, there's a tier where not only you recommend episodes, but you choose the episode.
Yeah, that's at the $20 tier that I mentioned.
Yeah.
If you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment.
You are gay. I like how I typed more letters than
and restarted.
And restarted. Yeah.
If you want to interact with us, join the Discord. There's a link in the description of this and every other episode. Never expires. come and hang out. We've had an influx of new listeners, new users on there lately, which is exciting.
Does the user win though?
I
think so.
Not today.
Not
Bob.
today, Bob.
Bob's out to lunch. And, well, Bob's your uncle.
I wish.
We will be back next week with another Cal pick, because that's what we're doing in the month of June. Another Cal pick that is a Netflix original anime, and it's called... What did you say it was?
Agretzko.
Agretzko.
Or as Christopher thinks.
The anime about Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, that's what it's about, and you can't convince me otherwise. Now I just realize why I did that weird flourish to take my glasses off, because I can't see anything on the screen beside me with them on.
Ah.
So, Agretzko.
He has not watched any of this one either.
Agretzko, about the Great One himself.
About the Great One, yeah.
The great one to ever play in the show. Hey there, bud.
Oh yeah, Agretzko. Agretzko, buddy. Loves off.
Agretzko out for a rip there, bud.
Take off and Agretzko.
So it's got how many episodes? 50. 50. One random number on the random number generator between 1 and 50. Because they see me rolling and they hating. 12.
Yes, that favorite song by 50 Cent. 12.
The new hire named Anai. And once again, I'm going into everything this month raw, so I'm not going to read.
He's not reading it. That's right.
Not going to read the episode synopsis.
You don't want to find out the new hire on the Leafs,
the Edmonton Oilies,
the Oilers. Yeah,
the Oilies there, bud.
Oilies there, bud. You know what? In hindsight, what a name that encapsulates that province.
Edmonton Oilers. Yeah.
I like Flames. That's a good name.
Wonder what's going to happen to their hockey teams when they become the 51st state.
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing.
Because NHL is like North America, like.
Oh yeah, I guess most of the teams are American. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Probably nothing.
Canada is not becoming the 51st state, but Alberta, maybe.
Do Albertans want to?
Quite a few of them, it seems like. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Including their premier.
Oh, really? Did he say something along those lines?
Well, Danielle Smith.
Right.
Danielle, she's been simping hard for the Trump administration.
Simping hard.
Yeah.
Simping ain't easy.
Simping ain't easy there, bud.
Simping ain't easy there, bud.
Anyway, we'll be back next time with that. And until then, I have been Cyberpunk 2085.
And I'm Neo Silverhand 2077.
Neo Silverhand. I've only got one hand and it's made of silver, but it's my fapping hand, so it's okay.
Fapping hand is the same as my driving hand.
Fapping ain't easy.
Fapping ain't easy.
Anyway, bye-bye.
Motherfucker.